We all know it's important to address climate change, but perhaps there is some climate change fatigue. Governments are talking, but what's actually been done? Well, one local organisation, Prime Stars, believes the youth can breathe fresh life into the discussion and thinking around environmental sustainability. To talk to us about this, we're joined by Nkosinathi Moshoana from the Youth Smart Foundation. Actually, Nkosinathi, I was going to ask you a little bit more about the challenges of climate change. We probably know it. Tell us more about how the youth can get involved. What can they do?
Thank you so much for the platform. You're absolutely right. Climate change really represents the biggest threats to the future of humanity. And though there are discussions going on, and it's important that we have the discussions now, there's a critical and important role for education to play in ensuring that the world plays its role in addressing climate change. Now, the youth are fundamental to this because when you think about the future of humanity, that future belongs to them. So in this case, we've developed a program that focuses on educating young people on the challenges and the dangers that climate change presents. More importantly, how they can adapt and mitigate against the challenges of climate change. But what's my most favorite is how they can identify the entrepreneurial and job opportunities available in climate change and in the green economy for them to start businesses that can solve these environmental challenges.
No, I mean,
so we started a national call to get corporate South Africa behind this initiative.
I mean, that's a smart call. I'm just wondering, how hard is it to get the youth to comprehend how bad climate change is and how dangerous it is? I mean, does it feel to a lot of people that it's something that's happening over there and it doesn't really affect us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic observation. So that's exactly the challenge we're facing. And when you think about it, climate change will impact, in fact, in its most extent, will impact low-income communities more than any others. And when you think about a country like ours, where we've got such a huge youth unemployment rate, such a high Gini coefficient, it means that our township and rural communities are going to struggle the most. The sad thing is that the climate change discussion is, as you say, separate to the discussion or someone else's problem, if you will. So if you think about Robert Swan saying the biggest challenge or the biggest threat to the world is thinking that someone else will save it, it's critical that we get young people back into the center of the discussion and coming up with the solutions that we need to address and mitigate against climate change.
I know you're looking for entrepreneurial opportunities around the green economy. What sort of thing are you looking to get out of that?
The big goal is you think around the goals of efficiency. You think about the goal of net zero in terms of emissions. You think about the goals of decarbonization. Young people are going to be at the center of that because climate change is going to be solved by innovation. So what we've done is created a national youth sustainability program. We've had 15 years in the youth development space as an organization, and we've now specifically seen that youth entrepreneurship is where the opportunity comes. But the world does not belong to any one of us. It belongs to us all. Hence, we need a social compact, and we've got a program that's launching in July to get these very young people in these communities to come up with the entrepreneurial solutions that will save them and us. But we cannot do it alone, and I must be honest about that. We really require big business, we require government and all other institutions to work with us in ensuring that we can develop the world that we know tomorrow that's cleaner, fairer, and healthier.
I mean, it certainly is a ground-up solution, even though obviously you need the help of government and the private sector. How do kids get involved in this? How do you find them? What must they do to get involved?
Fantastic. So we've got a network of schools across the country. We've worked with over 1 million young people across the country in the last 10 years, mainly focused on those under-resourced and impoverished communities. Plus, we've got a fantastic network on the ground. But we need more young people to join what we call Planet Earth Support Crew. So you can get in touch with us through all our social media platforms. It's Prime Stars and Youth Start Foundation across all social media platforms. Our websites are currently live, and any school, any high school specifically that wants to get involved is able to access us through that format. The idea is to reach over 20,000 young people this year with the support required.